wish you could. I wish.
Oh, that was really sweet, lady.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, guys. I just wish you could erase guns.
I do. I wish guns never existed.
Absolutely. There's no.
I hate them.
The only use for a gun is murder.
Which, like, if you're living in the forest,
and don't give me a fucking anything else.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, that's the only, like, oh, I'll stop a guy. What, by like severely wounding him and like changing his life forever? Or
and then also, if that's not your, like, if your purpose is like, no, that's not why I like guns. Like, are you really willing to fight that much over a hobby of shooting guns? Like, can't you just pick up like a bow and arrow or something and like, or do anything else? Or
just like try sucking a dick, because it probably seems like that's what you're interested in.
That gets more fun. And I mean,
I wouldn't
subjective.
know.
That's subjective.
Not about the dick sucking, but about the gun shooting.
I've shot one gun in my life. I did, like, recently. Like,
I mean, I've shot like BB guns and shit, but
no, I had never touched anything before,
wow.
and I shot it, and I didn't like it.
No,
like, I liked elements of it. Like, there was something I did like about, like, well, this tiny little thing, and it's got so much more power than you like expect, even though you know that already going into it, but it's still kind of shocking. But it wasn't like,
I would like to feel it. Like try it just to like contextualize it.
Just like, whoa, that's a lot of power. But it's like, for what? Like, I didn't like
to murder
someone. So anyway, that was kind of my thing this week, was like, what is the big debate? Because I just don't understand why people want guns so much.
And listen, if you want to tell me about it, don't even bother writing in. I don't want to hear it.
I mean, you could, but like,
I'm not gonna read it.
What I do want to say is, I like, maybe if you talk to us or whatever and really try to make us understand, I could be open to that. But what I need you to understand is that, like, on our side, there's a very clear reason why we don't like them. Like, it's not just like politics that, like, is this weird, like, hypothetical kind of situation. You know what I mean?
It's a pretty solid wall for me.
It's like people are dying
not a lot
every day.
Is gonna get over that. You know,
you can't make me be for, like, I'm not saying people who are for guns are for this, but I'm saying you can't make me be for, like, murdering children in schools. And, like, I will always not. I mean, I do think that.
I think, Lanie, what you tend to, I think, idealize things a lot and simplify them to the point of, like, well, we shouldn't have guns. Like, yeah, you're right.
I know that's not possible.
It's not possible. Guns exist, you know. No, but people are gonna be pissed about.
But here's the thing now. Okay, so then you're talking about that, right? So, like, this whole time I've just been, like, talking about this ideal of no guns or guns, right? But that's not even what the gun debate is about. It's like background checks for guns. It's not even like take away all guns.
Which
it's
is
just
what
like,
I'm saying. Even beyond that, no, I do want to take your guns.
Okay, did you hear about that, like, the debate, though? Like, the Democratic debate or whatever, some guy, I don't know. He was saying that. He was
one of them.
Just one of the guys, and he was basically like, I do want to take away your AK-47s and your AR-15s.
Yes.
And as...
Absolutely.
Okay, but this is...
Why do you need an assault rifle?
This is what pisses me off, though. Why do you need an
assault rifle?
So he said that, and then it was probably fucking Arizona. I think it was Arizona. They had, like, a huge sale on AR-15s and AK-47s or something like that, so that people, like, immediately after that debate, so that people just, like, bought a bunch of, like, shit like that. Like, you're babies. You're little, tiny little babies.
Honestly, I hope your kids get shot.
And they probably will.
And they probably will, and you're the reason.
You know, I did hear that the top, like, the people who are affected the most are children in rural areas, which is, like...
Well, it's also like, good oi.
Yeah.
Good oi.
Yeah.
All right, we've got a call here coming on. Our lines are blinking here.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I guess, yeah, if you want to write in and tell us about why you love guns. And if you could just give me, like, a solid argument for guns. Because the only ones I've heard are, like, you don't want the government to take away your guns because then the government is going to... Okay, here's another thing to that. So people are like, don't take away my guns because the government could like overthrow us and then we have no protection. Guys, guess what? If the government wants to overthrow us, they're going to have a lot more than fucking guns to do that. And you think your one AK-47 or even your 10 AK-47s are going to be any match?
Yeah, I hate to tell you, when the bomb drops, it's done.
Done. Like, you have no hope. Like, I'm sorry, but
you're not going to shoot away your face
I'm gonna
peeling
shoot
away.
my way to freedom. I'm gonna shoot. No, you're not. I'm sorry. If it's really come to that, I mean, if it's really at that point, you having your gun is gonna make zero difference. Zero. So give me a different argument.
I mean, nobody will be looking at your tiny dick, I guess. When the bomb drops.
You know who I think has tiny dicks? Are
plural.
Tiny dicks are I don't know if you noticed this, but big, I think your dad has one. Big trucks, big white trucks, always driven by like these middle to older white men with the white trucks. I'm a little suspicious.
Yeah.
I am.
My dad has a white Lexus, and he has a...
Oh, I thought he had a white truck at some point. Okay.
Oh, I thought it was more did. I think it was his work.
Oh, okay, then that doesn't count. But, like, you know who I'm talking about. Like, the big-ass, like...
I want to say that my dad has a big penis, but also I'm realizing that might just be like a, you know, when you're a kid, everything seems
Did you see your dad's
little larger
penis a lot?
than it is. Not a lot.
But just, like, occasionally?
But, like, you know, I'm, like, remember it as, like, a child.
Sure. When he'd, like, piss or something, you go pee, and
you're
you're like, oh, there's this... You're just doing whatever. I could believe that he had a big dick, though, because you have a big one.
I don't think that's how that works.
Is it not?
Mm-mm.
I mean, it could. Right? It could work that way. I mean, it's not always, not 100%. But...
I'm an expert on a few things. Taxes, politics, obviously. Food, penis genetics is
not your strong
suit. It's not
suit.
One of them. No.
You know, and penis size makes no sense to me. Like, people always say, like, look at the hands or look at the feet or whatever. It's no indication whatsoever.
Mm-mm.
You just never know.
We've talked about, like, I feel like a lot of the tiny Latinos.
Tiny. Like the scrawny ones.
Mm-hmm. They've got the dongers.
Maybe it's because of the proportion. Right? Because they're so little and so scrawny, but they maybe just have a regular size.
I just don't know what's going on anymore.
What's happening? I don't get
This is Trump's America.
I don't understand.
This is Donald fucking Trump.
Okay, you're going to have to cool it. You know, I have some friends that like recently came out that they voted for Trump to me. Like today.
I know someone yesterday.
Wow.
Who was talking about it and was like, you know, I think that, you know, I thought he could have been used as a puppet for good. So I thought, and I was like,
how?
By whom?
You know, what the
fuck are you talking about?
I just said, like, politics is probably not going to be our best conversation. So let's just, like, I'm still your friend. I don't care.
I wouldn't be.
You wouldn't be friends with them?
No.
I would, and I am. I don't care.
I do. That's like way too much for me. I'm actually a little bit offended that you would let that slide.
This is why. Because I think most people don't actually know what's going on.
Why would you care about someone
who doesn't know what's going on? Because they don't care. They're just like, politics is not my thing. I got like...
That
I know,
pisses me off.
No, I know. And here's a problem with the bleeding heart libs, okay?
The libtards, yeah.
Let's flip this around now for a second.
All right. I can be mad at anyone.
Let's be mad at everyone. Okay?
You know what? Part of my offensive things, too, is...
the libs?
The libs.
The libs. Oh, we're going to talk about the libs.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the libs. But
I don't like any of them. I don't like any of them.
Any of them. Fucking idiots. So the problem with the libs is that they're always so dramatic about fucking everything political.
To the point where it's like...
Oh my God, shut up. And they do stuff like that, where they're like, I will no longer speak to a human being if they don't if they're not liberal like me. It's like, okay. I mean, I get where you're coming from, but also chill. Okay? It's not that big of a deal.
Here's where I'm coming from, though, as someone who wouldn't speak to a Trump supporter. That's just like not someone.
Yeah, but do you think Hillary was any like different, any better?
Yes.
Why?
Absolutely.
Why? I feel like they're.
I was stumped by that. Honestly, I didn't know what to say to that.
Okay, conspiracy theory. Woo, 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 pew, 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 pew. Here's my conspiracy theory. Mm-hmm. I don't think it really matters like that much at all who is in charge.
I think you're tired of thinking about it.
No. This is why, though. Because I think the most important thing is money in the world. And I think whoever has the most...
that is the most important.
That's what
What do we always say is first?
Money?
Family.
Breakfast? So I think whoever has the most money is who is controlling the world. In my personal, unfounded belief.
Who do you think Donald Trump?
Who do you think Hillary Clinton? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not...
Different pockets.
Barely. The fact that Donald Trump,
I wish that the listeners could see us slowly shaking our heads
at each other.
Just as we talk.
I will say it's really funny that Trump ran, his whole campaign was like
lock her up. Read her emails.
No, that it was like I didn't even understand how he somehow pulled it off. Like, I am a blue collar. Like, he did this whole platform of fuck politicians and fuck
I'm a real
guy. That is what blows my mind, is that people bought that when it's this guy's a billionaire.
Well, because he went for the LCD of America. I mean, it was an incredible election.
Out of this
world.
Where
were you?
What do you mean, where was I?
When you learned.
I think it was just at home. It was boring.
You don't remember?
No.
You weren't
No, because but what I did remember, because people had asked what do you think is going to happen? And I was I do remember being keep Trump in. He's hilarious, because he was so funny during the whole process. And I was he's such an idiot. There's no way he's going to fucking win. So just keep him around for good TV.
I think most people felt that way.
But then he stuck around. And then I was watching it, the votes.
Everyone I ever talked to was isn't that guy fucking funny?
Yeah, he was hilarious.
That is adorable.
It was hilarious.
That he's up there. Look at him running his mouth.
It was a joke. And then it just kept going, and then the votes came in, and I was wait, what? He's actually winning? And then he won, and then I was just wow, this is so much worse than I thought.
Okay, do you still, looking back,
yeah,
do you think that Hillary would have done a better job?
Probably.
Oh, you go Volt, Lanie.
I mean, I don't know. It's just there are certain things, yes, that I think, I do believe that conservatives in general, Republicans in general, I don't agree with them, and I don't agree with their policies, and I just think that they do a worse job for everybody.
Yeah.
But I think more.
But you believe in a two-party system, would you say? Not really. You're kind of all over the place.
I believe
you're kind of a little bit. You kind of want to burn it.
No, I don't want to burn it. When people say that, it kind of pisses me off, because people are always what we need is anarchy. What we need is revolution. I'm okay.
Well, those are the same people saying oh, I just don't get into politics.
Right.
It's not for me. It's well, no.
No.
It is. It's about you.
It's about you.
Everything. It's about this earth. It's about you don't care about politics. That's saying that you don't care about the earth,
what happens
or
to people,
animals, or just because you don't believe in bureaucracy,
right,
doesn't mean that it doesn't exist.
And I agree with you, and I think that's why the liberals get so frustrated at people, because they're just
they're listen,
it affects you,
because they're I know you guys would be on our side if you fucking listen to me.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why it doesn't piss me off as much now as it used to, because I just think that they don't know what's going on. And if they knew, actually knew what things
just so inexcusable to me, though, in this day and age.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Just open your phone.
There's so many of those things that are inexcusable, so many illogical things people do, though.
But that's why
constantly.
I would just would tie my severs totally with someone who doesn't care.
I mean,
Trump
I tie my severs, like, I do that with people all the time anyway. Just about, like, everything. I don't talk to people anyway.
You're not, like, actively looking for reasons.
No, I just don't.